understanding, you know, the concepts of advantage and disadvantage state. And so it's good to mix things up.
Esports, man, it is a game of knowledge. And speaking of knowledge, we have two incredibly smart players stepping up to the plate here. We have Seagull Joe versus Dingus Joe in the Battle of the Joes, the classic here, where they're actually cousins too, by the way.
They are? I keep hearing this, and I don't know whether to take Seagull seriously on Twitter.
Nope, they are actually related.
That is amazing.
Yep, two Joes fighting for dominance inside the family. And
my God.
This is something that Dingus has had a hell of a trouble with. This matchup seems miserable for Game & Watch.
I can definitely see it. I mean, Game & Watch is a character who relies a lot on aerials like Bear and Nair. And Palutena's got the best in the game here, or some of the best in the game. That Nair, that back air, that fair.
That Nair is a whole ass character.
It's a whole character, entire character.
Like, you could give that to K-Rool and he'd be like top 10.
Oh yeah, give it to anybody.
Please give that to K-Rool. Actually, that'd be hype.
I might veto that. I don't think that's necessary.
Come on, my big beautiful boy needs some help.
I don't know. That Nair is a little scary. You get like Nair into Bear with K-Rool. Can you imagine?
He's so hype.
Can you imagine?
Speaking of needing help, I think Dingus does need a little bit right now. 90%.
If he can take this stock quickly, I think he'll be okay. But there's a Nair. Here it comes.
Nair cuts through
up to 40.
Dingus's disjointed aerials. So you can't up air the Nair. You can't forward air the Nair. You can only challenge it with back air, and the spacing is really tight on it.
Oh yeah.
Great tomahawk.
Seagull doing a good job. Oh.
Yeah, Dingus needs that trade.
Yeah, that's a good trade. He does need to be careful though. 97% in your Game & Watch. And I hate that move. That move right there, Palutena up smash. No, not enough people talk about that move. It is good.
Why does it 2 frames? Like, why?
Why is it 2 frames? It's out for like 17 frames.
Yeah.
It's out for like a whole year. Like you can go like get yourself some food, watch some TV, come back. That up smash is still there, waiting for you to make a mistake. Oh, he's reflecting the up air.
That's so unfortunate.
Dingus he's not out of it yet, but this is looking really tricky.
The last time I actually saw them play, Dingus Joe was forced off of Game & Watch onto Piranha Plant. So that should tell you something. Yeah, he has a solid Piranha Plant. He took a game from Joe.
I've seen his plan. I did not know that this would be a matchup to pull it out though.
I think it's so bad for G-dubs that
makes sense.
So it's really all like. I don't want to impugn Seagull Joe's intelligence, but all you really need to do is just challenge Game & Watch in the air. It's a very simple thing to do. Case in point.
If you have the tools to beat out Game & Watch's area, and that's going to do it.
Yeah, Dingus shaking his head. He knows that there's he either needs a second gear or a second character, and I don't know that he has either quite yet. Plant is a character that Dingus Joe has, but I do not want to...
Plant is a character in this game.
I do not want to say that it is a viable character in this game.
Yes, and especially when you're dealing with a character like Palutena that's kind of across the board good against everybody. But he's going to stick with the Game & Watch. Yeah, and a change from... Nah, he's going back. All right.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why you'd go to like Diddy or to Wolf here.
But Game & Watch just relies so much on those aerials, so if you can beat them out with something, what's his plan? You know, he doesn't have the grab combos anymore. He does have that, so Palutena can't just like zone camp all game, but...
It feels like whenever Dingus Joe has the ability to take a significant lead, he can play defensive fairly well in this matchup. The problem is that he just never gets that chance.
Oh yeah.
Joe just kind of swinging wild, like, I dare you to do anything.
So far, Dingus doing a pretty good job. That pivot grab animation is so interesting.
Game & Watches?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's so weird.
That is trippy.
I think that's really the answer that Dingus is going to need. His parry game just has to be on point. It's the only time when he can like press his advantage.
Yeah, he's got to get something started, and he's got to get a lot of damage early on in some of these stocks.
And the real unfortunate part about this matchup is that Game & Watch's biggest strength not only are like those disjointed aerials, but it's his up B. His out of shield game is almost entirely dependent on his ability to like up B out of shield and get out of these unfortunate situations. But if you're up being around Palu, you're just gonna nair.
Yeah.
You're just gonna put out hitboxes.
And it's not like you want to be up above Palutena with that up air either. That's not exactly a solution. Dingus is still holding on to a very slim percent lead, but oh, okay. It's Kalos. It's Kalos.
It's Kalos and like character weight differential here. Palutena, not a heavy character, but a character that has kill confirms to spare.
Yeah, and that's something that I'm not aware of too many from Game & Watch.
No, it's fastball nair can lead into a few things.
Okay.
Calling the rollback that's a smart move by Seagull. So, yeah, that fastball nair into like tilts, it's really good, but if Joe just stays in shield, if you don't get the hits confirmed, you have to react really quickly, or you just have to throw it out, and then you're going to get punished if you do that. And Joe didn't stay in shield.
All right. Let's see if Dingus can take this. Oh, the chair. Give him the chair. Give him the chair. All right.
Low percent combos are okay against Cal, but has to be out of the situation.
I do love landing fair to up B. That is a lot of pressure. That's very safe.
That's a drive-by right there.
It is a drive-by.
You just sit there, just toss out the explosive package.
You deposit your payload and you get out.
Gets another neutral layer, but really not that much. Floaty characters don't get comboed as hard by Game & Watch. So Seagull recognizing that and backing off at the appropriate time. Back throw, will that do it? This character might be light, but Kalos definitely coming clutch right there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that high ceiling not too much of a help when you're as light as Game & Watch.
Up air out of shield, great bomb placement though. Pressure not coming through for Dingus.
Yeah, it just feels like Seagull's putting Dingus on his back foot, and there's not a lot, besides up being out of the combos, there's just not much for Dingus to do.
He has to throw stuff out. Look at him press. Like he's definitely being a bit too risky here with these smash options. You only really see that when Dingus either has a read or when he just needs the kill.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's got into Seagull Joe's head yet. Yeah,
Seagull almost getting that dash attack though. It's definitely, he's in Dingus's head, it feels like.
Very true. Right, Turtle force the man off stage, but the bomb kind of
Okay, that's really interesting. If you fair right at a platform, it just explodes.
Dingus just can't get anything solid to connect. Most of the hits are either just bombs or Turtle. That's really all he's getting. And just dodging the startup of that up smash by a few frames.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, but that doesn't kill.
Joe gets back to center stage with that warp. And now it's just what can he do to try to see if he can bury Dingus Joe before he loses a second stock. Like with rage, this is like back
This is very scary. Okay.
There we go.
All right. So, ooh.
Dingus wasn't ready for that one. That DI was a bit suspect.
He lives to tell the tale.
Or does he?
I thought down tilt was a combo move.
Yeah, I don't think that we didn't see the red sparks, so typically it's indicative of Dingus Joe perhaps not being ready to DI that.
Yeah,
which I
that
mean,
was.
I